Hey, beautiful souls. It's Ray. Welcome to Love, Luggage, and Lessons Live. Today, today's conversation is going to be a little more personal, and we're talking about the power of belief. And not the kind of belief that comes easy, the kind that's born when everything else falls apart. So, many of you know that I've had to start over more than once. Each time I thought, okay, this is the beginning of the end of my story. But every ending was just really another beginning, another chance to believe again. So if you've ever felt like you had to start over in your career, in your relationships, or even just in believing in yourself, this is for you. Drop a heart in the chat and let me know that you understand and you've been there too. So I wanted to start with one of my most recent restarts, the one that truly shifted everything and started me on the path that I'm on now. For years, I'd worked for an airline that I loved. It was family, it was identity, it was what I knew. And leaving it felt like I was cutting off a part of myself. But sometimes the hardest goodbyes are the ones that lead you back to yourself. After I left, I tried something new, a different airline, a different role, something that had been kind of one of my dream jobs all my life. And because I thought maybe I could just replace what I'd lost. But deep down, I knew that that chapter was over. When that job ended, it wasn't neat or easy. It left me questioning my place in the world, my purpose, and even my confidence. But here's the truth: belief rarely shows up when things are going right. It shows up when you have nothing left to hold on to except the faint hope that there's still more meant for you. So, have you ever had one of those moments when you realized the thing that you thought was your forever might actually be the thing that was holding you back? So, my breaking point was in Germany. There was one particular night that changed everything. I was overseas, I was exhausted, I was homesick, and very much feeling completely out of place. I remember sitting in a quiet hotel room, looking out over the city lights and feeling very empty. It wasn't just the job. It wasn't the weight of years of being strong, holding it all together, wondering if maybe I'd missed my chance. I kind of let myself cry that night for every dream that had died, for every version of me that had tried so hard to be enough. But when the tears stopped, and they always eventually do, I did something small but powerful. I decided that this wasn't how my story was going to end. That moment, alone in a foreign country, it became the birthplace of my next beginning. So the next night, we flew back to the States and checked into the hotel in Baltimore. I remember pulling back the curtains and seeing the harbor lights and thinking, this time everything looked different. For the first time in a long while, I felt so free. I had no idea what was coming next. I didn't have a plan, but I had my health, I had my strength, and I had my best friend who had stood by me through all of it. So standing there, I realized something that changed everything. There was still time. I had time to rebuild, I had time to dream again, and I had time to believe. That was the night that belief came back, quietly, gently, and like the tide returning after the storm. When I got home, I didn't rush into the next thing. I gave self permission to take that rest, to breathe. And this is why Nico Moon's song Breathe has meant so much to me from the moment that I heard it on that ship, because that's exactly what I did. I just felt like I could breathe. And I took that time, that space, that quiet to allow myself the clarity to start building something new. And that's really when Epic Expeditions and Events was born. And for that matter, Epic Executive Strategy. It didn't come from a place of ambition. It came from this deep desire to live freely, to create something that allowed me to explore the world and myself on my own terms. Epic gave me the gift of solo travel, of realizing I didn't need anyone's permission to chase adventure or joy. And that's when I began to understand belief isn't about knowing the how, it's about trusting the who. And the who is you. It's me. It's it's us. That opportunity just to be us. So let me ask you, what's one area of your life where you need to start believing again? Drop it in the comments. Or if you're watching the replay, just write it down somewhere private. Sometimes just saying it out loud starts that shift, because belief begins in the silence, in that sacred space between heartbreak and hope. So I learned that belief doesn't come in big, bold declarations. This lesson of what starting over has taught me, it's belief starts in those quiet moments when you're packing your bag to go home, pulling open a curtain, choosing to try again. Every great story, every great life begins with a single moment of belief. If you're standing at your own crossroads right now, know this: you don't have to know what's next. You just have to know that it's not over. So, thank you for letting me share my story. My hope is that it gives you permission to believe again, even if everything feels uncertain. If you want to keep walking this journey together, I've created a free viewing guide to go with the lasso method, this new project that I'm working on. It's all about how belief becomes the first step to rebuilding your confidence and rewriting your story. You can download it through my link in my bio or at epicexecutivestrategy.com. Just sign up for the newsletter. There's a link there, and it'll come to you in an email. So if this resonates with you, share this live with someone who might need a reminder that starting over isn't failure. That's the beginning of freedom, because belief isn't the finish line, it's the boarding pass. Thank you all.